All right, here we are at 9117 Galbreth Court, and this is the front. So this is a really cute little neighborhood in West Springfield. Lots of families here typically. This unit has 2 reserved parking spaces. And then you can kind of see, I did a drive-up video so you can get some idea of what it looks like. But there are a lot of trees in here. I hear the birds chirping. The places look well kept. Everyone's lawn, I mean, some of them are a little bit long, but the grass has grown a lot this week here. So I wouldn't take that as a sign of anything negative. My grass is super long right now. This is a really cute area. So we'll go inside next. Okay, so here we are inside. Just closed the door behind me and I'm standing right here on the welcome mat. So when you first walk in, you can see the kitchen and there's a hallway here. So this is probably the coat closet. So nice coat closet here. It does smell like paint in here, so I think it's probably been painted pretty recently. I will try and point out the condition of things as we go here. This looks like either a laminate or an LVP. Sometimes it can be hard to tell. It is gray. It has some brown in it. It is primarily gray. There are a few scuffs on it that I can see. Sometimes those can be kind of buffed out with the right tool. It's no big deal. But I'll just kind of point them out as I go. This wall is a beige, so it's a light beige, maybe more of a grayish, but it's a beautiful color. The paint looks brand new in here for the most part. So I'll let you know about that as we go. But right off the entryway here, we have the Potter room. So we have toilet, cabinet, updated mirror and light fixture, which is pretty cute. Just, yeah, so nice little Potter room right off the entryway here. So then let's head into the kitchen. So we're going to take one step down. This has the same floor as in the entryway. You have these 3 really nice windows here, and we have these big kind of bushes to give you some privacy since this kitchen faces the street. But bench here, you could put, another buffet or a movable island or something like that. So in here we have quartz countertops. The cabinets look pretty new. Maybe not brand new, but pretty new. So they're in pretty good shape, I would say. They've been cleaned. This sink is not like a huge sink, but it's not a tiny sink. It's very much in the middle. It's what I would expect to see in a townhouse this size. Good size fridge. So everything looks pretty good so far. Something looks like it's not entirely level here. So that's a little strange. It's that sink cabinet. It's definitely slanted down. So, I am not a home inspector. That would be a question for a home inspector, but it's probably totally fine. But, I would ask about that. So we have plenty of cabinet space here. Nice newer electric cooktop here in range. Microwave is probably brand new. That's probably why the sticker's on it. So yeah, really nice. It's that you can see the color a little bit better in here. Let's see, there's not a ton of workspace on the counters. So that would be the only con. You kind of have dishes and stuff over here, and then there's not a big workspace here. So I would probably put a little work island somewhere in here, but that's personal preference, of course. You do have room for a work island like a tasking island if you wanted to. Pantry in here. Very nice. And then through the kitchen, we kind of reach this little hallway here. Here's the basement. So we'll head down there in a little bit. And then we'll walk into the living and dining area here. So this is really nice. There's a lot of space in here. You could fit a little bit larger of a table here, not maybe a whole lot larger because, you do need to be able to get outside if you want to. So if we went a whole lot larger here, it would be hard to get through. You could build a bench into here, maybe with a, like a banquette, and then have a larger table if you wanted a larger table. That would at least keep the path of travel open through here. So the living room, very nice. There are no overhead lights in the living room. So you'd want to have some lamps. And then you can see here's where the floor transitions. This is probably the original piece here. So they would have removed the original hardwoods and put down this vinyl plank. Carpet looks like it's in really good condition. It could be vacuumed. So what we're seeing here it's just like pieces of stuff. It's not stains. I don't smell anything. The carpet looks like it's probably brand new or almost brand new. So it is a gray. It's kind of a brown gray. It goes well with the wall and the trim color. So out here, you can see you have this cute little deck. It's a pretty good size deck. And then you'd access it from here. So you'll take a couple of steps down there, and then that's a nice, good size deck there. And we'll check out the outside when we go downstairs. So we're going to go in a circle here a little bit. So there's an outlet on the wall there. So that's where, you know, the TV was kind of meant to be, I think. So let's go. Okay. Sometimes it's tricky to find the light switches. Here we go. Carpeted stairs. This is wood that's been painted black. So same over here. It looks pretty modern. So you can see that here, this railing is the wood painted black. Same carpet continues throughout upstairs. When we get up the hallway, we have the linen closet right here. And we're going to go left first into what is the primary bedroom. So beautiful windows here. I'll kind of scan around slowly here. So let's see. This is a queen size bed. So you have plenty of room. You could go up to a king depending on how large your nightstands were, but you could go up to a king, or you could consider moving it to this wall maybe, or you could, you could make it work. So this is the queen, just to give you a visual of what's currently in here. We have beautiful large closet up here. There is a light in the closet. So this is a huge space. And this carpet, again, it's got to be pretty much brand new. So here we have primary bathroom. So, I mean, it's a modest bathroom, but it looks nice. This is a nice contemporary cabinet. You have the same light fixture and mirror as downstairs. It's a nice space in here. It's that same color. Okay, so this is the original shower insert. So this has seen somewhere. So the home inspector is going to tell you that you do need a piece of tile here, because when you don't have tile here, water gets in, and we don't want water to get in. It looks like it was recently caulked. You can tell that white line back there is super clean. This is probably more original. So it's not a glamorous shower, but I don't see any damaged tile or any obvious signs of water intrusion or points of failure. Again, those things are for the home inspector, but I do try and take a good look so that you have some idea. It's just a basic shower. You could always upgrade this later if you wanted to. It's seen heavy use, so you can tell the door isn't quite right. It's not new. This is a used house. So far, there we go. Let's head out and check out the other rooms. This is beautiful though with these windows. All right, there's that linen closet on the left right here. And then over here, we have two more bedrooms. So the first bedroom, okay, so this one does not have an overhead light. It probably has a switch controlled outlet. So they have a lamp kind of sitting over there, but that's not the switch controlled outlet. It's probably one either here or here. It's hard to know. Usually in the older ones, one of the outlets is switch controlled. So you would just always leave the lamp on, and then you would turn it on and off from the switch. So this is currently staged as an office. This is a pretty good sized bedroom. It's not huge, but for a secondary bedroom, it's pretty good sized. And then the carpet does kind of carry the whole way throughout this space up here. So here is the third bedroom. Again, there is no overhead light in this one. Good sized closet, and the doors are nice. The doors have been freshly painted. Everything looks really nice. The window looks good. So this room has a wooded view, and you can see the deck there, and then some kind of patio down off the ground level, which we will go and check out shortly. Hallway bathroom here. Okay, well, the fan works. So this is that same flooring that we had downstairs. And we have this nice cabinet here. This is a newer vanity, newer countertop. Mirror, lights. So, and then this is a little bit newer, it looks like. So I can see in here, okay, now, and I don't mean this as criticism, just I want to be your eyes while I'm here. So there are some areas where there's grout missing, and here especially. And, that's an area where we need to kind of cover that up, because we don't want water to get behind those tiles and get back to the drywall that's behind there, because that's when we get mold and deterioration. So that's an easy fix. You can do that yourself for like $10 from Home Depot. Not a big deal, just something that you would want to do. before you started really using the shower. Okay, so let's go check out the basement. Go down the stairs and we'll do a quick kind of rehash of where we are. So we come down here and here was kind of the entryway, right? So we can come in here, we can either go to the kitchen, go to the bathroom, or come out here into the main living areas. So we will go this way for now and we will view the living areas. It is very nice. The color, the paint was chosen beautifully. And then, all right, so the nice carpet continues down the basement stairs, and I'll check on what's, it looks like it's in the basement too, but we'll check. It is a very nice carpet. It's very soft on your feet. It doesn't feel like the cheapest carpet you could find, which is nice. So down here, we have this really large rec space. This is much larger than the upstairs living room. So this might be a great room for a TV down here. Very nice. And they, you know, they have it set up as 2 zones, which is nice because you definitely could. So this is an older door. Doesn't mean it's not great, but you know, it is older. That would be one thing, that this door will probably not last forever. Oh, there's a bar in it. Let's see. Okay. So we have a really nice patio area back here. And, you know, I don't have my shoes and I don't want to step out too far, but you can see here, trash can, there is a fence. So there's no grass, but this is a large area and you could definitely have a nice kind of table, lots of space out here, little tricycle, you know, whatever. And then the gate opens back there, which is nice too. So, oh, that's really loud. Yeah, this door doesn't have a lot of life left. Would factor that into your budget. So this is a painted wood paneling down here. It's painted the same color that's upstairs. The color might look a little differently down here because they have different temperature light bulbs, but it's a nice color. All right, through here we have another half bath. So nice little bathroom here. Does have some fans. It has that, one's the vent and then one's the exhaust fan. So that's nice. And this is the same floor that's upstairs. This gold transition piece was a bit of a miss here. That would have been better in silver, but not a big deal. All right, through here. Okay, so this is obviously the utility room. I'm just looking for the light switch. Here we go. Oh, nice. All right, so we have washer and dryer. Some a shelf right there. Excuse me. This could be like a hanging bar for some clothes. I think that's probably what it was there for. I don't know that I would do pull-ups from it, but it looks like you could hang some hangers. And then, you know, this is framed out here. So if you wanted to add more shelving or if you wanted to add drywall, you could. Through here, we have this nice big wall of pegboard here. Great for broom, things like that. Utility sink. And then over here, we have, this is a pretty large space that you could use for storage. I see another light bulb. Let's see. Okay, nice. So there is another light bulb here that seems like maybe these aren't, okay, so we'd have to see how they're wired together, but I think you could easily have more lighting in here if you wanted. So, let's see. All right, so we have the water heater here and okay, so I paused the video so I could look and see if I could find the manufacturer date or the date of installation. And I don't see either of those on here, unfortunately, but it does look relatively new. It looks like it's been properly installed. It's a little bit dusty, but I mean, we're in a basement, so that's normal. I don't see anything obviously wrong with it. So over here we have the furnace. And let's see if we can find the date on this one. Usually they're on there. Date of manufacture, August 2019. So probably lots of life left on this one. It does look clean and well maintained. They have the main kind of electrical shut off there, which is common. This house does come with a free fishing pole, it looks like. So here we have some more pegboard. And then under the stairs here, you have an additional kind of space. It doesn't go far down there, but you could put a couple like Christmas totes down there maybe. But there is some more space back here. You have a little bit of shelving built into this wall here. So, and an outlet, so that's nice. So yeah, there's a lot of storage down here, more than I would have guessed. So that kind of helps for not having a garage. All right, so we'll just turn the lights off and then we'll head back upstairs and you can see. So again, here's the bathroom. And then we have this kind of large living area and then that exit out to the patio. And then we'll head back up the stairs. And here's that cute little pantry. Here's the kitchen. And then there's the front door.